BuzzFeed, you race-baiting clickbait hacks. I'd call you excuses for journalists, but then I'd be slandering real journalists by the comparison, and I couldn't love you more for it. You are the perfect blend of awful, incompetence, and impotence that keeps social strife alive without breaking out into full-blown riots or revolution. The schlock you shovel is made up of nothing more than drivel and sniveling whinging. It is perfect for riling people up enough to click share and like, but not enough to actually get out there and do anything. If I could replace all the other leftist and rightist websites with clones of yours, we could retire a few legions of demons and let you stoke the embers of discord for us. Here, I have a perfect example. You people are doing an amazing job, Trump told HBCU presidents. After a scrutinized meeting with President Trump, 4 officials from historically black colleges and universities said it was okay, except for the president referring to them as you people. Darren Sands, you race-baiting weasel. The presidents of historically black colleges and universities are nearly done with their trip here to the nation's capital, including a quickly arranged meeting with President Trump in the Oval Office. Trump, according to a half-dozen people in the room, said that the HBCU leadership made up the largest group he'd seen in the room. Okay, so far seems to be regular journalistic fluff. You people are doing an amazing job, 4 people in the room recalled Trump saying. 2 of them said Trump repeated the complimentary refrain 3 times. They all said the comments raised eyebrows, and it was discussed afterwards, even as others just said it was Trump being Trump. And here we go. It seems the use of the words, you people, is the root cause of the issue here, because a lot of people associate it with racism because... reasons? I tried to do some research, and all I got was that it was a way of otherizing and separating one from a group that the speaker feels superior to. Quote, the phrase, you people, makes the balance of power abundantly clear, unquote. So apparently these people have the ability to read minds. Got it. Bunch of fucking idiots. Side note, looking into that brought me to a bunch of articles that damn near made me want to take a walk to the local church and drink the fucking holy water. I also love how it was discussed afterwards, but I have to wonder if anyone in the group had the thought, maybe he just doesn't care about race. It was very insensitive, one of the college presidents said, but added that while the phrase irked him and his colleagues, it also struck him as very Trumpish. Why? Why was it insensitive? Has Trump, at any time, said or done something that was overtly racist? Was his KKK Grand Wizard outfit hanging up in the corner? Offenses taken, not given. Why would you immediately assume that he was being insensitive or dismissive when it is much more likely he was just addressing you as a large group of people? That is just how the man talks. In his speeches, he often points to the successes of others. I would say you are reading racism where there is none and need to put the race card back in the damn deck. One college president from a southern state said they heard the president make the you people comment, but said that he was hardened to such sayings after growing up in the Jim Crow South. I've heard a lot worse than that, and I mean a lot worse, the college president from the southern state told BuzzFeed News. I'm sure if you're from the north or whatever, you might be offended by something like that. I like this guy. He is still assuming Trump is at least vaguely racist and doesn't really care because he has seen actual racism at work. And he calls his colleagues from the north pussy snowflakes in the process. Classic. I was waiting on him to say something worse. Like what? Call all the men there boy or tell you all to get back to the cotton field? For fuck's sake, Trump isn't racist. You keep trying to make him out to be, but there is nothing there. I would argue that he cares so little for race that he didn't even contemplate that the phrase you people could be construed negatively. No, I do not want to get into the conversation about how being colorblind is also white privilege and racist. If you want to have that conversation, go fuck yourself with a rainbow-painted dildo until you vomit Skittles. Asked specifically about the you people comment, White House advisor Omarosa Manigault called the characterization of the meeting false, and said it was the most ridiculous spin I have heard about this historic meeting where 69 HBCU presidents were invited to a meet and greet with the President of the United States. Ridiculous is a very nice way of putting it. I would have used a lot harsher language personally. Trump was praising the amazing work of HBCU presidents. He was laughing and shaking hands and meeting each of the presidents, she wrote in an email. A half dozen college presidents and HBCU advocates spoke to BuzzFeed News on the condition that their names be withheld because they feared reprisals from the White House. Reprisal? Really? This is the president that has had the entire media establishment fighting tooth and nail against him for the past 2 years, and he still won. I highly doubt the statements of a few college presidents would merit a response beyond a tweet or two, which you, and the rest of the nation, can happily ignore. Plus, if he did respond, I have the feeling it would boost donations and enrollment at your school. Just look at the bump Meals on Wheels had when it was thrown into the national spotlight because Trump wanted to cut the 3.3% of their funding that comes from the federal government. The HBCU officials are currently seeking added support from the administration amid sagging enrollments, crumbling infrastructure, and a lack of opportunity and tools for students to be more competitive in the current economy. So you came to the king to beg, huh? Given his displeasure at the idea of using federal funds for education, I hope you puckered up and were ready to kiss some serious ass. The visit, and quick photo opportunity, has drawn scrutiny. Trump is viewed very unfavorably by black Americans, according to polling in recent weeks. Anyone from the right is looked at unfavorably. However, Trump was the most popular GOP presidential candidate since 2004, and even then didn't trail by much. You have to go back to 1976 with Ford to find a GOP candidate polling above 11% during the election. The GOP and the right has never been popular with the black community in the modern political age, so the fact he is viewed unfavorably really isn't that earth-shattering. Nearly all of the college presidents acknowledged the opportunity possibly offered them the balance needed to bring their priorities to Capitol Hill. So it was a good thing that they had the opportunity to bring their collective issues to the president. I want to know which ungrateful cretins among them said it wasn't an opportunity since he authorized it as nearly all. The people who have been here 8 years or longer know that this is not an opportunity that we got under Obama, one of the college presidents said. So was he the most graceful? No, but we all know there's something to be said about this president that we're here. Why is this line buried at the end of the article instead of being the first fucking paragraph? Mr. Black Savior Obama never met with this group of people in 8 years, and Trump meets with them before he meets with the leaders of Germany or China, and you are worried about his using a pair of words you personally find offensive? This is why you are a fucking hack and a joke of a reporter. You completely missed the real story, and instead went for the clickbait dreck. I believe we are falling into deliberate fraud territory here, and that, my duplicitous friend, will get you damned to circle 8. Dear viewers, what are your thoughts on this? Intentional or just woefully oblivious? Asked about the Oval Office experience, another college president said he had not enjoyed it much because they were hustled in and out quickly. The president is a very busy man, running the free world and all. If you only had 10 or 15 minutes, you should have gotten together previously to outline what you wanted to present to him as a group, instead of trying to talk to him individually. There were 69 of you there. How much time did you think you were going to have individually? How deluded and narcissistic are you? To give you each 5 minutes of time would have taken roughly 6 hours, a full quarter of the day. You may be important. You aren't that important. It seemed like that's all he had to talk about, how crowded the Oval Office was, he said. Doesn't that sound like him? No, it doesn't sound like him. It sounds like he was expecting you to bring your issues to him, not the other way around. He was expecting an organized group of people to present a coherent set of issues to have a brief discussion. When you gaggle fuck in and aren't prepared, you get small talk, a photo op, and then shuffle it out so the next productive thing on his agenda can start. Aside from the person who made the comment regarding the fact that Obama never met with them, and as such there might be something positive to be said about Trump, HBCU presidents, at least as they are presented in this article, are a bunch of ungrateful, ingenuine malcontents who were utterly unprepared to actually meet the president. The author of the article does a horrid job of portraying anything of actual importance, but I've come to expect nothing less of BuzzFeed. It seems like the mainstream media is throwing a temper tantrum because Trump has found a way to talk to people without them. He doesn't need the media to be his lapdog so he can speak to the people. He has his Twitter and he holds rallies. They were adversarial since the very beginning, so he went around them, and now they are pitching a fit like a toddler who had his lollipop taken away. As I said in the intro, this dreck is only good for prolonging tensions among people. It's not sensational, hyperbolic, or deep enough reporting to get people to actually do anything, but it has just enough truth and speaks directly to its audience's leanings to keep them nice and stirred up so that, if nothing else, they will click like, share, tweet, etc., and spread your horse shit article and give you all the clicks and ad revenue. In regards to this article, the truth here was that this meeting took place and Trump said the words, "you people." That seems to be about it. The rest is bullshit. If I could feel remorse, I'd almost feel guilty about providing a link to the article in the description block and having to have read it myself. But I can't, so I don't. BuzzFeed needs to go the way of Gawker and be shut down. If not for slander, then for lack of journalistic integrity, knowledge, and ability. Until next time, minions. Via cum diablos amici me.